This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're in Las Vegas. It's Wilder versus Fury 2 fight week. I'm joined by, all the way from the UK, you can tell us how you got here in a minute, GLEN McCRORY. How are you, sir?
I'm very good, KUGAN, very good. Apart from the flight, I'm still waiting for my bag to come, so I've been dressed like this for about the last 48 hours.
Really, your bag hasn't come? That is absolutely horrendous.
No bag, got nothing at all. So right there, and the flights were even worse. 28 hours it took from Newcastle to get me here yesterday. But it's all worthwhile because we're coming to the biggest thing in boxing at the minute, and Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. I wouldn't want to miss it.
So, suitcase or no suitcase, Glen's here. Take yourself down the strip, get one of them I Love Vegas t-shirts. Oh, hold on a minute, if we get run over here. One second, thank you very much. But Glen, huge fight. It's a fight I've been waiting for the last 14 months, obviously since the first one, which a lot of people deemed as controversial, but it was dramatic, it was eventful. What are we going to expect come Saturday night?
Well, how big this fight is I was over as a fan for the last one in LA. I just went there with some mates just as a fan. That's how big a fight it is that I had to be here. So want to be here again. I'm friends with Tyson. I think he should have gotten the last fight on points. Maybe it turned out fair because of the knockdowns, but I still thought he won. So I know he's got the ability to beat Deontay Wilder. So has he got the belief, and is his defense good enough to keep out the way this time and not get caught with a big shot? Because we know, Wilder can take you out from the first round to the 12th round.
Tyson Fury's come out publicly and said that he's going to knock out Deontay Wilder inside 2 rounds. 2 rounds? 2 rounds. Bit of mind games there. Does he actually mean it, Glen?
Well, who knows what Tyson Fury means, do we? I mean, that's what's great about him. He's always putting the cat among the pigeons. He's always saying things that he shouldn't. We love Tyson. He's an enigma, and I think he's a huge star.
Off the back of kind of what happened in Saudi Arabia back in December, with Anthony Joshua kind of putting himself back into the mix of the likes of Fury and Wilder now again after suffering that defeat. Who has the strongest case to call themselves currently number one?
It's still. I mean, you've got to respect Deontay Wilder. You have 41 knockouts and 42 wins. I mean, that's incredible record. So, I mean, he's been WC champ for a long time. For me, he's the most dangerous man in boxing. He's the biggest puncher. So I would, we'll see Saturday night who's number one, but I definitely think it's between these two to see who's number one. It's been found out a little bit, AJ, with the Andy Ruiz fight. I thought, he did great to win, and, it's all about winning, and he got his titles back. But the way he won, he boxed afraid. He made Andy Ruiz look like he was Rocky Marciano. So I was really expecting, with his act together, AJ just to go out there and knock him out in about 4 rounds, because it wasn't a fit Andy Ruiz, and but he was grabbing, he was moving all the time, and so I think he needs to find a bit more form. And if I were him, I'd keep away from Mr. Wilder.
Do you believe that to call yourself number one of this heavyweight generation, that the winner of this fight can stake claim to being number one, but can they really be number one if they haven't fought Anthony Joshua, who holds 3 of the belts?
No, I think Anthony Joshua, he's done great, Anthony Joshua, and he's a lovely kid, but he needs to fight the winner. I mean, hopefully that fight can be made. And that's what we want to see. We want to see somebody with all the belts, somebody that can really lay claim to being the best heavyweight in the world. And I think certainly if Fury wins, I think that fight, Fury and Joshua, that fight can happen. They can put that together. Be a massive fight for British boxing, and I hope we see that.
Eddie Hearn suggested that fight could land in Saudi Arabia, which was obviously to the dismay of many British fans, and quite understandably the biggest fight that we can have in the UK. To take it out of there is a bit of a kick in the nuts for the fans. But on the boxers' side, the money there is just I mean, it's incredible.
Well, it is, but you know, it's not all. It shouldn't all be about the money. I know a fighter's got to make a living, but these guys are very, very wealthy, and I think they kind of earn it. The people in the UK have paid their hard-earned money to watch them over the whole careers and support them over the whole careers. So I think they owe it to the British public to put a fight like that on in Wembley. The British public deserve it, and it'll still be a massive money maker in the UK.
I was having this conversation with someone the other day, and they said, if you've got 100 million in the bank, how much money is enough money? Do you want another 100 million?
Exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, these guys are fighters, and they want to win. And you never forget that when you go in as a kid, in your amateur fights, you're fighting for nothing. You're just fighting for the love. So that's still got to come through. And I think it does. Yes, it's a business, but as you say, you got 100 million in the bank. Do you need another 100?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I've always been brought up that 2 is better than 1, but I don't know, Glenn. If we're in that position, I don't know. It's hard to say.
I would like to find out. I'd like the opportunity to find it out. Put the lottery on next week, but no, I do think there's a certain responsibility to fans. It's the fans, it's UK fans that's made them rich. So it's got to be a little bit of payback. I'm not sure about Eddie though. He might need another 100 million.
Anyway, that's way off. Well, it seems like it's way off anyway, but this weekend, Wilder Fury, Las Vegas, I mean, the stage doesn't get any bigger.
It doesn't. And I've been coming here for a long, long time, seeing some of the biggest fights in the world, and there's nothing like the heavyweight championship of the world, And as a history buff, I grew up with the Dempseys, the Tunnys, and Ali's, and Larry Holmes, and Lennoxes, and Tysons. And this is the next generation. This is the legends of the future.
Glenn, thank you very much for your time. Hope you enjoy the rest of your time in Las Vegas, and hopefully we'll grab a word of you not too long away.
Whenever. It's always a pleasure, KUGAN.
Top man.
Cheers.